Welcome to this edition of Dish Up Love. While it's still summer, I'm going to be making a tomato pie. Now for you vegetarians, you're going to love this dish. You meat lovers, you're not going to be missing your meat in this dish. So join me in the kitchen for a savory pie. Welcome to my kitchen. The foundation to any great pie is in the crust. So today I'm giving you two options. First, we have a Pillsbury, which is great if you're in a hurry. I don't recommend the store-bought brand because sometimes it can break easily and it's not as thick of a dough. So I really recommend this if you're in a hurry. Or you can do a homemade, and you can find the link to a great recipe for that in the down bar below. To start out, go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. While you're waiting, you can get started chopping up your 4 tomatoes and your 8 leaves of basil. They don't have to be perfect. Just cut them into slices like you would put on a hamburger. So what I've done is I went ahead and put some olive oil in my pan, and we've chopped up a half a cup of onion, and now I'm going to saute it until it's nice and golden brown for about 5 minutes. It's been 10 minutes, and now we're ready to take our pie crust out of the oven. This is perfect. It looks nice and golden. We're going to take those onions that we sauteed and put them in the very bottom of our pie crust. And you can spread them around. Make sure it's nice and even. This will just give it a lot of savory flavor. Go ahead and add those tomatoes that you chopped up to the bottom of your pan, just right on top of those onions that you sauteed. Now you're going to have some of those pieces that were from small tomatoes and they don't quite look right, but don't worry, you can add those to the very top, because when this gets full, you're going to have a lot of gaps and you're going to want those. See how I'm filling in the gaps? It's got all these spaces to fill up. So I'm going to take our basil now. We have about 1/4 of a cup, which is about 8 leaves, and we're just going to stack them and do our best to chop them into small pieces. It's pretty much easy peasy. I love the smell of fresh basil. If you've never smelled fresh basil, you need to get a plant and grow some. It is so good. And then you just sprinkle it around on top. And it's going to make this the most delicious thing. The last step is going to be making this ooey gooey cheese topping that's going to go right smack dab on top of your tomato pie. So let's get started on that. Now for time's sake, I went ahead and I combined this, but what we have in here is a cup of mozzarella and a cup of Monterey Jack cheese. Now if you want, you can put cheddar in there, but I prefer the white cheeses, so these are the cheeses that I'm choosing. And then you're going to combine it with 3/4 cup of mayonnaise. It's just going to be so savory. You're not going to want to stop eating this. It's going to make kind of like a snowball type texture. It's just going to be creamy. I wouldn't recommend eating it just like this. Definitely you want to wait and put it on top of your tomato pie. Then once you've got things pretty much nice and mixed together and it's all gooey, which I'm still waiting on here, then you're going to add just a little bit of Louisiana hot sauce. Just a little bit. If you put too much, it will taste like your pie is a Louisiana hot sauce pie. So easy does it. You will change the color slightly to kind of a orangish red color. Then once that's all mixed together, we're just gonna put it on top of our pie and spread it out evenly. This layer is gonna make this so savory. I'm telling you, it's like the essence of summer right here. And don't worry if there's a little bit of tomato or basil peeping out. You just cover it up. It's gonna be absolutely amazing. Our last step is to put our tomato pie in the oven for anywhere between 25 to 45 minutes, depending on your oven. I would probably start checking it around the 30-minute mark. So there we go. We'll see you in 30 minutes. And now I'm getting excited because it's been 30 minutes, so we need to check on this tomato pie. Oh yeah, this looks wonderful. It's getting nice and brown. So we're gonna let this cool for a few minutes before we bite in. So get excited and do your happy dance. Okay, now that I've spent about 10 minutes dancing in the kitchen, I think it's time to go ahead and break into this tomato pie. Woo, I'm so excited. Oh yeah, this looks good. It's kind of like deep dish pizza. If you've ever been to Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. This stuff is so good. It's gonna be really, really juicy, and you're just gonna taste a whole bunch of cheese and tomato. The good stuff, and pie crust too. Who doesn't love pie crust? Look at that. So, got all of that yumminess. And it's gonna be a little messy. It just comes with the territory, but it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. I need more cheese. There we go. I need more tomato. Okay, now's the favorite part. Let me tell you how it is. This is what I'm talking about. This is summer in a pan. It's delicious.